Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It's Kay here and I have another share for you. This time it is items that I've made for a group that I belong to on Facebook, and it is a group that actually I've followed and been a part of for about 10 months now. It used to be Nina Ribina's Art Journals and More, and now, as Nina is collaborating with Kylie Coo, the new title of the group is the Mixed Media Emporium, and it is roughly working on the same principle as it always has done. It's mixed media, it's a couple of prompts here and there, it's sharing ideas so that members of the group can follow on and be a part of the bigger thing. And I have promised myself this year that I'm going to try a little bit harder to take part in more of the group's projects and the things that Nina and now Kylie will put forward for everyone. So without further ado, we had to make masterboards. Now masterboards basically are pieces of artwork that you put together yourself, and this is just half of one of the designs that I did, and you make it by using napkins, inks, a little bit of gesso here and there, and you basically do what pleases you and your eye and your idea of what you have at your fingertips. Basically, there's no need to go out and buy a whole load of things to make this possible. I've used here, as I'm sure people that follow me will recognise, stamps, napkins, you name it. I've put it all down on paper. Then it's been photocopied and scanned through my printer at home, having been cut in half because it was 2 A3 sheets. So this is one half of the first masterboard I did, and this is one half of the second masterboard I did. And then you go on, and with some inspiration from Nina and Kylie, they put forward what you could use these masterboards for. And so with that in mind, I've used the masterboard to make these lovely tags. And it's quite interesting because, you know, it's a colour selection that you've chosen, it's items in your stash, so ultimately you have the pleasure of marrying it all up and putting it together without buying in designer papers and things like that. And you can actually go quite far if you like what you're doing and dress it up or dress it down depending on how you feel. So that was the 2 tags that I made. Then I made these lovely A.T.C, and it is just plain cardstock. I've put my masterboard on the front and then decorated with some Holtz cutouts. This is the botanicals with the little people. What do they call them? Oh dear, you'll all be screaming at me. But anyway, the little toy dolls or toy something or others from Holtz, which work beautifully, and you see I've used them on the tags as well. So some botanicals again, and the toy people. And this one, because it was a Stamping Up stamp I put on in amongst the napkin roses, I just took a very tiny little floral cutout and put that across the bough of the branch that the birds were sat on. Now, it's not rocket science, but it pleased my eye, and that, I think, is what this kind of group is all about. Everyone is different. Everyone has such gorgeous ideas in their mind if they just open up to it and find a medium to express themselves in. I'm learning about me and my potential all the time, and it is such fun. I've always loved crafting. I started out primarily as a card maker, and over the years, and there have been quite a few, I'm going to say, I have evolved, and it is following people like Nina and Kylie and Artie Mays and all those other very talented people out there that share their vision with you, if you like, and then graciously step back and let you play with what they've put in front of you. And it is such a lovely thing to do. There are questions should you decide you want to be a part of this group. There are 3 questions that need to be answered prior to you being accepted. I don't know what the questions are. As I say, the group has changed its format a little bit, but it won't be anything intrusive. It will just be establishing that you are who you say you are, because it is a lovely group. It's very friendly, it's very active, and that only happens when you monitor and keep an eye on the people and their reasons for joining the group, really. And I'm all for that. I think it's nice to have a quiet little haven where everyone likes the other's attempts and supports and inspires all at the same time. So that was those. I'm rambling, I do apologise. And then the last thing was Nina's I was going to say Nina Ribena again. Nina's video for this week's inspiration using the masterboard was to make an art journal, which is what I've done here. I'll just widen out a tad, and this is I know Nina's was 8x8, but I didn't have anything that would work at that size, so this one is 6.5 by 8 inches. That's right, and it is made up from just ordinary packaging cardboard, nothing more, nothing less. And then I've used my masterboard on the outside. Both this is half of the masterboard and that is half of the masterboard, and I know one side I used pinks and lilacs, and on the other side I used blue. I had to alter the spine a little bit because in my excitement I managed to bind the paper too tightly, and as I folded it up it split, but hey ho, there's always a way to resolve a problem. I think this spine actually is a little bit twisted, but I'm not going to worry about that either, because essentially it is to utilise it as a journal, so I can stick in the A.T.Cs that I've made if I want to. I can follow on for the next few months to take part in aspects of the group that I feel I'm able to do, and you just select your pages. I've been a little bit canny, and I've put the papers in with this elastic, primarily because they're a little bit on the large side, but also because in the event of me making a complete and utter fluff of something, I can take the page out and perhaps have another go and replace it very, very easily, because I am not particularly artistic, although I do think I have an eye for colour and that kind of thing, so you know that will come in very handy. And this is then the inside of the back page and the outside. I've put a little bit of my gold around it. I'm a little bit gold happy at the moment, but I just love how it looks on the edge, and it is just pearlized paint. It's nothing expensive, so you know I don't feel I'm being in any way ostentatious by popping it on the pages, and it pleases me, so what more can I say? So I hope you've enjoyed this little share, I will be back again in the not too distant, because I've got other things that I've been working on that I want to share on my page, on my channel. So, you know, watch this space. Welcome to any new subscribers I have. I see that I am at the magical 3,000 that I was hoping for before Christmas, and I do thank everyone most sincerely for making that possible. I'm just biding my time a little bit because I've got quite a lot going on at the moment, but I am planning to do a giveaway in the not too distant future to celebrate the fact that I have reached that milestone on my channel. And as I say, I do thank my constants. I thank everyone that stops by, watches, comments, and keeps coming back. So thank you very much, everyone. Happy crafting. Bye bye for now.